always amazes me that finance can be so unstrategic when we think about ourselves. For a function that's, I think, reasonably good about talking strategically with the business, when it comes to turning the lens on ourselves, we don't do a very good job, in my opinion. And I say that because when I look at where finance is going, and when we undergo finance transformation programs, the vast majority are one-dimensional. And I think the very fact that if I were to say to people that finance transformation is a strategy, I think I would get blank looks. And yet a strategy, as per my definition anyway, is just a plan of action to achieve an aspiration or overcome a problem. And yet we don't think strategically about finance transformation. When we do finance transformation, it tends to be in response to something that's happened in the business. We need to cut costs. How can we cut costs? Okay, we can set up a central shared service centre or offshore some processes or do some automation. But it's always in response to cost cutting. And that's what I mean by one-dimensional. Whereas if we see it as a strategy, that has certain implications, because strategy is developed in a particular way. If you want to develop a strategy, then your first thing is to work out what you want. What's the vision for the business? If you're looking at business strategy, what's your vision for finance? If it's a finance strategy, what do you want finance to be? What do you want it to be doing? What do you want it to be achieving? And then you work back and you say, well, where are we now? What's the gap analysis? What are our issues? What are our barriers in reaching that vision and that end goal? And you set your action plan, your strategy, in order to reach that end goal. And it's not just cost cutting, it's not just one dimension. Finance can be a lot more, and we want to be a lot more than just cheaper. So that's what I think anyway. And I think if we were to think more strategically about finance and finance transformation, then we may come up with different answers as to what we should do and the areas we would focus on. And I've written about that in one or two articles. I'll post a link in the text up above, and you can have a look at that. But for now, what do you think? What do you think of finance transformation programs? Do you see them as one-dimensional? Do you see them as just about cost cutting? Do you think it could be any more than that? Do you think the focus is right or not? Let me know. And until tomorrow, bye.